last night's show, Des, that we had a communication during the game that Mick was at Rugby Park, and you were very strong on the decision to award Celtic with the last minute penalty or injury time. Shocking, I think you said, and maybe even words harsher than that. 24 hours later, are you still of the same view?
I'm entirely of the same view. I think it was a shocking, appalling decision to be made. I think Willie's doubling down and going back on everything that he said over the past couple of years since he's taken over, saying that he wants more football understanding, football decisions being made. That's not a football decision being made there. Now, if the ball had come up off Mayo's leg and hit him, I could maybe have a bit more understanding because he's in control of his own leg there. But it's came off a teammate that he's got no control over. So how is he meant to anticipate where it's meant to be? And I really think that John Beaton should have had enough courage and conviction in himself to go across to that camera, look at it and say, no, I'm not accepting that. I've like us all, we've both been in work today. Same with Mick. I still yet to find anybody who supports that as a penalty kick.
Oh, you'll find a few on here. Just
says
Stonewall penalty.
Is his arm not a non-natural? No, I'm only kidding. No. I must admit, I was there, right? It happened very quickly. We were obviously at the back of the stand with no cameras, no TV pictures, so I couldn't see what was going on. They subsequently see the replays. I mean, it looks as though he's trying to put his hands up. Do you think he's hitting his own man?
That's what I think. Mayo looks as if he's going to bang into Deas and the arms come up. Yeah.
It's planned off Deas. It's hit him in the arm. I don't even think the ball's going goalward either, to be honest with you. I mean, it just looked unbelievably harsh. It just looked, I mean, I must admit, I mean, I'm usually trying to play devil's advocate. I mean, like, I can't see any case to how that can possibly be a penalty kick.
No, but Des, here's the worry for me: the protocol involved. Matthew McDermott is sitting in the VAR studio. What's the correct protocol? Because none of that felt right to me.
Be very harsh. See the fact Matthew McDermott's calling you across. That'd be the first howler for me to say, I don't want to take that advice.
Oh, shots fired!
Oh, love it.
Yeah. Listen,
I agree though. I think you're right. But talk me through the protocol. If you're the ref, you're out there, you've got VAR, they're in your ear. Are you not saying, well, you can see the pictures? Why? Yeah. What are you asking me to do?
100% correct. Yes. That at no point is that intentional. Is it unnatural? Is his arms out to deny a obvious goal scoring opportunity? There is just nothing there that should qualify that as a penalty kick. And what I also found quite intriguing was that we had put out a post on social media. Within 10 minutes, the Scottish FA had put something out to the two
justifying it
to try and justify it.
I found that strange.
Yeah, I found that very strange. And obviously, if that's getting put out, then Willie Collins had to sanction it to allow that to go out as well. And that goes against everything that he's done. You said you were at a briefing.
Yeah, I was.
Stuart Kettlewell.
And I'm wondering why he was at the briefing now, to be perfectly frank, Des. Because, if you call this meeting, and they had one with the managers, and they had one with the media, and they had one with players, and if you're going to call these meetings, and you're going to put together video packages to highlight exactly what you can expect from the referees this season, honestly, I'm completely baffled. And the fact that you're right, Des, the fact that the SFA kind of justified it with a statement so soon after the event on Sunday would suggest, at the very least, that Willie Collins was backing John Beaton and Matthew McDermott there.
I don't think for a minute that he would come out publicly and not back them. What he might say in private might be entirely different. But again, that would be disingenuous, because what he's got to do is he's got to address the football in public. You can't treat us for fools. You can't treat the guys who are paying their money, the guys who are paying the subscriptions. I don't think you would get very many people would agree with that. And I think, listen, you can disagree with me, you can disagree with my opinions, whatever. I'll give you an opinion, I'll give you an honest opinion. It's not biased, it's not any sway to any angle. Yes, and that's why obviously I'm quite happy to come on forums like this. But I just find that totally disingenuous if they can try and back that up. We watch these Willie Vision, as we call it, with his review, and I'm sorry, if he says that he's using these as coaching methods, then his coaching's not very good.
I'm going to ask you a question, Mick, because
please don't use the phrase Willie Visions again, because you get me cancelled.
And we've all been there before.
Don't say anything.
Mick, no, I'm going to ask you a question, right? Because you've been at plenty of games already this season. Another part of that meeting that we were all called down to Hampden for, and I actually enjoyed it, and I was grateful for the opportunity to ask questions and have a discussion.
Yeah.
But one of the major talking points, one of the things that Willie Collum seemed really keen to promote was this sort of tweak to the rules, Des, in terms of a goalkeeper can't have the ball in his hands without distributing it for longer than 8 seconds, and if he does do that, and guilty of time wasting, it'll be punishable by a corner kick to the opposition. I was actually really looking forward to seeing this rolled out and implemented. Mick, I'm asking you, how many games you've been at already this season? It'll be double digits. Have you seen even a referee gesturing towards a goalkeeper because it was meant to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the countdown and all this? I've not seen any evidence. It's almost like somebody's taking the old Men in Black memory pen to the referees or to Willie Collum. It's almost like that conversation didn't exist.
To be honest with you, I actually had forgotten that had been. I forgot that was rolled out.
I was quite excited about
it. So I actually, games I've been to, I'm mostly doing the Celtic stuff, and the Celtic beat this season. I'm on the first game of the season. But actually, 2 European games they kind of with Carrier. They were wasting time from the first minute at Celtic Park. That kind of stuff. Yeah, that's something that I've not even forgot about, to be honest with you. I was just surprised on Sunday. I thought, John Beaton's an experienced referee, and he would have the guts to overturn a VAR call in his own mind. I just thought, it seemed to me, I don't know what it was like watching on TV, because it was always different when you're there live. It felt as though they came to the conclusion quite quickly.
Yeah.
And the pictures that we were seeing afterwards didn't look that conclusive to make that decision that quickly. I don't know. I know, listen, we all moan about how long it takes to make these decisions, right? But it's the 93rd minute of the game. It's the last kick of the ball. I don't think anyone could play and take an extra minute or so to think, well, we need to get this right, because this is going to decide the points here. I just think it seemed to came quite quickly. I don't know if that's like. I don't know if he's maybe been influenced by the VAR and it's been quite quick, and I don't know. It just seemed to me that it was a snap decision and it was looked to me as like the wrong one. But I don't know. It did seem strange. I agree with you, Keith. I've been at these briefings before. Pre-season briefings are great, but you tend to see clips of penalty kicks that are penalties, and you think, I don't know that's a penalty kick either. So especially the handball have never really got it nailed down, have they?
I thought they made progress on it.
Yeah.
Des, would you agree? I thought there were times last season when you thought, I actually think they've gotten top of this now. This looks like it makes a lot more sense. And then all of a sudden we start off the season with incidents like that.
Yeah, I would agree. I would concur that if it's strikingly obvious that you see something that doesn't look right, then that's generally the correct answer. When you've got the ambiguity of thinking, how did that come about? Then that, in my opinion, that should then negate it. When you're talking about the goalkeeper there with taking the 8 seconds, do you remember a couple of years ago where the big crackdown on shirt pulling? And it was maybe about the first 4 or 5 weeks.
There was penalties,
and it just dissipated.
All over the shop. Yeah,
it just dissipated, and I think that's what's going to go down the route with the 8 seconds. Never know. We've spoken.
It's already happened. It's like the discussion never took place. And for the life of me, I'm struggling to understand why we were all pulled in and told, "Oh, wait to see this," and then you get quite excited. You think, "No, that could create some big moments." But
yeah, but
hasn't happened.
No, to go back to the handball ruling. I've always been very, very consistent that a handball should be given when it's deliberate, it's an unnatural position, you're doing it to gain an advantage, You're doing it to stop the opposition progressing. If you're getting the ball, to use an old Glasgow word, bluttered at you from 2 yards and it's coming off Mick Gannon's foot and it hits me, who's within 1 yard of him, where am I meant to be? What am I meant to do? And as we've said as well, alluded to, it looks as if he's actually trying to stop a collision between him and his teammate.
Yeah, that was my view. Yeah. Right, Des, we've got other incidents from the weekend that need aired and discussed, and I want your view on.
Okay.
Let's go to Ibrox the previous day. 3 incidents. Now, I felt that Russell Martin was miles out in trying to deflect and say that ultimately decisions cost his team the game. They didn't. Let's be very clear on that. Hearts were the better team and got exactly what they deserved from the game. Yeah. But it is fair to say there were 3 big decisions in the match, which were potentially outcome changing. First, the Shankland opening goal, brilliantly taken, brilliantly worked. But you can't escape the fact that he clearly handballs it and into his own stride as he's coming across the halfway line and setting Hearts off on the counter. Surprised at that one, or right or wrong, Des?
Oh, it's wrong. It's a handball, and Shankland he's gained the advantage from it because he's created an attacking opportunity, which he's then scored. Stephen McLean, don't know why he didn't get it right at the moment in time, because he did seem to have a pretty decent view of it. But that's why VAR's there, and VAR should be picking that up. It was Greg Aitken who was the VAR on that occasion. So yeah, it was a handball. It was a wrong decision.
Okay. Next one for you then, because it's been explained apparently that it was 2 different phases. The handball, how's that? I don't understand that one. I'm not saying love me, I'm thick, but I don't understand how that can be separated down and put into 2 different phases of play.
I totally agree, because the attacking phase of play comes because Shankland has made control of that ball and then passed it on. So for me, that is the start of the attacking phase of play. So we've seen it last year at St Mirren, where a goal was chopped off when a foul was committed in St Mirren's own half. So no, I can't agree with that at all. That's a wrong decision. Shankland has controlled the ball by the use of his arm, and he's started the attacking phase of play.
I think what you can say, Michael, is that as big an impact on that move though was Mo Diomande deciding to run to the half-time stall, or to the stall in the back of the Broomland for a pie. So I don't know what he was doing when Shankland was moving through, and so you can analyse the referee's part in all this, but I don't think Rangers can use it as a deflection.
Yeah, but I think the player's reaction, I think actually when he scored, he's telling his teammates, "Oh, I've handled it. Don't go overboard with celebrations." He was almost kind of like saying,
"VAR's going to get us.
We're going to look a bit embarrassed in a second." He was trying to cool it down, wasn't he? Then he comes out afterwards and says, "Yeah, I hit my hand. I was surprised they gave it." So I think that one was like, I like to say, we talk about phases of play, but there isn't another phase to analyse unless there's a handball. So that started the attacking phase. It should have been
weird. It's weird, and I don't like it, Des, because I felt we were hopeful that we were moving into territory where the SFA would come out, Willie Collin would come out and explain things, and we'd probably have a better understanding. None of this is making sense. This has been a bad weekend. I'm going to take you, well, before we leave that game at Ibrox, the Hearts got a penalty late on. Shankland got his second goal from it. Correct decision, Des?
This is probably the most ambiguous one. Milne's moving at pace. I know it's difficult to keep your balance. Has Diomande done enough to put him over? I would say no. I think that was an error as well.
Okay, but if the referee, and you could understand completely why it might look like it at full speed, does VAR overrule that, or should VAR overrule it?
No, I think that you've got, because of the ambiguity on it, I think you need to take the referee at the face value on that one. I'm not saying it's not the worst decision in the world. It's not the bet. I just think that is the one that's probably got the most dubiety over it.
Right, so basically what you're saying is the referees have decided they want Russell Martin out as well.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I thought a disallowed goal for Rangers was the other one.
I thought that was a goal.
Yeah.
You thought that was a goal?
Yeah, I don't. I think the goalkeeper was having as much contact with Aasgard as they were each, and I think when you see it, I don't think the keeper even complained about it.
See, as a old retired
Well, we know what's coming here.
I
The
think
goalie union.
He's handing his throat in that picture there. He's got him with the chops. That's got to be a free kick, surely.
Aye, but look at the goalkeeper. He's got two hands round his shoulder.
His right leg's right across him as well, so he's impeding him, and he's got him with the throat. It's practically.
I thought Aasgard initiated it, the contact between the two. I thought Aasgard initiated, but I don't think it was much, and I think the Hearts keeper's got to be stronger there, Mick. Come on.
Forget VAR. I'd be phoning the police, to be honest with you, that kind of assault.
Mick, you would have had Aasgard on the floor in a suplex if that was coming to you.
Have you seen me play this?